moi, it is Joinen. And I don't know about you, but I feel like my story animated has changed. You go to the MSA channel these days and you pick any of their new videos and it'll just start with like,
I jumped onto the table and pushed my hands forward. Don't you dare mess with me! My fingertips shot out red sparks, shaping into a fiery ball hanging in the air as I looked around the room. All of a sudden, something grabbed my ankle and pulled really hard.
like what? Like what is even happening? I don't even have a moment to breathe. And what is with the crazy animation style? They go so hard and I fear it doesn't make them better. Do you remember what it used to be? This is the same channel.
I can't believe my mom would do this again. She's walking into the house with another brand new designer handbag.
What?
My dad would go ballistic if he found out she's been spending money on purses again.
That is the same channel. That's where we started. And honestly, I think there's been some character lost. Part of what made that channel special is kind of gone forever. And so, to my surprise, I was browsing YouTube when I found a channel called Here's My Story. And you look through their videos and they look like super old school My Animated Story videos. And they kind of are. So today, we're gonna have a look at I became a billionaire and left my selfish parents without a penny to see if we can re-spark any of that old school animated story passion.
Welcome to Here's My Story. I'm Maya. I woke up to Aunt Mary's voice. Honey,
There we go.
your friends already went to breakfast. I need to clean the dormitory and open the curtains. The sun will
Yes.
fill the room soon. Can you get up and take precautions?
This is what it's all about. I can kind of hear what you're saying, and I think your grammar does not make any sense, and that's where the fun is. It's good. It's got character.
Good morning, Aunt Mary, I said, rubbing my eyes. I pulled on my pants and long-sleeve shirt, added my big hat and
did what?
sunglasses, my usual armor against the sun. As I walked out, Aunt Mary smiled at me. I can still see your beautiful face in spite of all those clothes. I don't know who my real
What?
parents are, but Aunt Mary...
Aunt Mary. Weird thing to say. It doesn't even make sense, but it also feels a little creepy. It's just a strange thing to say, Aunt Mary.
has cared for me since I was a baby, one of the many who helped raise me. For me, family isn't about blood. It's the kind-hearted staff at the orphanage who've always been by my side. You're probably wondering why I dress the way I do. For me, the sun isn't just something
The only
to
thing
enjoy.
I was thinking about.
It's an enemy. I have a rare condition called photosensitivity. Basically,
okay.
I'm allergic to sunlight. If I don't protect myself, the sun can leave painful burns all over my skin.
Yes. Here in Australia, we know that as being in Australia. but I get it. I'm sure yours is particularly bad.
I've had this condition for as long as I can remember. Uncle Steve, the director of the orphanage, has taken me to the hospital more
Uncle Steve.
times than I can count. Specialized doctors have examined me and run
And they
countless
just don't know.
tests. The diagnosis is always the same: photosensitivity. There's
Yeah.
no cure. They told me
Oh.
I'll have to protect myself from the sun for the rest of my life.
You're a pale woman. You're pale. It's pretty standard. Like, if you go out into the Australian summer sun, yeah, you need to slip, slop, slap, seek, slide. Everybody knows it. And if you're pale, then it even more so. It's a part of everyday living.
One day, Uncle Steve called me into his office. He
But
sounded
again,
excited,
this
but
is probably
I wasn't
worse.
sure why. Maya, I have great news for you. A couple called the orphanage last night. They want to adopt you. Adopt me? I
Oh.
couldn't believe it. I was already 15, and I'd had so many adoption meetings over the years. None of them had worked out.
You didn't
Did
pass.
you tell them about my special condition? I don't think they'll want
Oh,
to
is that why?
adopt me once they see me. She laughed.
the people didn't want the...
That's
Yeah,
the
I
interesting
see.
part. They told me they wanted to adopt someone with sun allergies. They've called a lot of orphanages, but
No! Red flag! You are being adopted by vampires. There's no other way to slice it. They may seem like good parents, and maybe they could be, but they're vampires, and that's creepy. It's just a little bit spooky. You're gonna have vampire parents. Is that okay with you?
no one fit what they're looking for until they called us. They were thrilled and asked to start the adoption process
It's
immediately.
a very strange
That's
requirement.
incredible, Uncle Steve. You know how much I love everyone here, but I've dreamed of having a mom and dad for years. I can't wait to meet them. I spent the morning trying not to get my hopes up. When Uncle Steve finally called me back to his office, my heart was pounding. That day felt like a dream.
Vampires.
As soon as they saw me,
There they are.
the woman
Vampires.
said, "You're the girl we've been looking for." And they hugged me. I packed my things quickly and left the orphanage with my new parents.
Was
When
it
we
at
got to their
nighttime?
house, I saw a girl who looked about 10 years old. She was
Oh.
blonde, blue-eyed, and really beautiful. She looked at me, scanning my clothes, sunglasses, and hat. I smiled. "Hi, I'm Maya." She rolled
Did the parents not give any type of like confirmation or explanation as to why they specifically want a daughter with photosensitivity? Like, what is that about? For what purpose could you be searching specifically for a daughter with photosensitivity?
her eyes and walked away without saying anything. My
Right.
new mom showed me to my room. She pointed to the thick black curtains on the window and said, "We had these specially made for you, so you don't need those clothes and sunglasses inside." My eyes filled with tears. "Thank you so much," I
guess
said.
it is more
Just
extreme
then, their daughter walked in.
than
She
Australian
glared
summer.
at me and said, "You should be thanking me. Because of you, I have to sleep in the living room now. They gave you my room." Her mom frowned. "Emma, this is the only suitable room
Yeah.
for Maya.
Kinda
because our
fair to
house
be
is
upset about
small.
that.
Please understand." Emma crossed her arms.
Some random
I know
girl
why
just comes
you
in.
adopted her. Her mom's face turned red. "That's
Tell her.
enough. Get out of here right now." Emma
Tell me.
stormed
I
out of
wanna
the
know.
room, crying. "Don't mind Emma. She's just upset about giving up her room," my new mom
Well,
said
yeah.
gently. I stood there in shock, not knowing what to say. "I know why you adopted her." What?
Yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean? Why is this weird to you? You already knew that they wanted to adopt you because of your weird condition. And you didn't ask why? Not even once. It was not interesting to you. But now all of a sudden it is because the little girl brings it up?
What did she mean? My new mom and dad took me
could
shopping
it be?
several times. They bought me lots of clothes that would protect me from the sun. I couldn't go to school like other kids,
Why
so
would
they
they-
hired teachers to homeschool me.
They must be
weren't a
vampires.
wealthy family, but for some reason, they spent so much on me. Strangely, they didn't seem to treat their own daughter, Emma, the same way. One
Huh.
day, I accidentally overheard a conversation between Mom and Emma. "Mom, I've been wearing these old shoes forever." "Honey, please manage a little longer. We can't buy anything right now." "But you buy Maya everything." Mom's tone changed. "You know why we're being nice to her right now. We have
Right
to.
now?
But this way, you'll have hundreds of shoes someday."
Oh, okay. They're trying to get rich off her for some reason. So is it just like some medical thing? Is it just like some medical lab or something is going to give lots of money to be able to study a photosensitive person and the family's expecting to make the money from it? Predictions? Locked in?
My heart
Or just
raced
vampire.
as I stood there hidden. I couldn't believe what I'd heard. Everything had seemed so perfect, but now it felt too good to be true. I
think it
couldn't
was from
sleep
the
that
beginning.
night. Why had they really adopted me? It was clear now that this family had a secret agenda.
Clear now? They came into the orphanage with a secret agenda and no one asked anything. I feel like that's a question the orphanage should be asking. Oh, hey, just out of curiosity, why do you want to adopt specifically a girl with photosensitivity? What about that makes any sense?
Well, Steve had said they were searching every orphanage for a girl with sun allergies.
Right.
But why? What could
Yeah.
they possibly gain from adopting someone like
I don't
me?
know.
I had to find out the truth. Whatever their reason was, I wasn't going to sit around and wait to be used. When I woke up, the
Yes,
next
you
morning,
were.
No one was home.
You already have for ages. Come on. Am I the only one?
My math teacher was supposed to arrive at 10, which gave me just enough time to do a little investigating. I went
Some
into my new
snooping.
parents' bedroom, my heart pounding. I opened the drawers, hoping for a clue, but found nothing. Then I looked in
The
the
drawers.
wardrobe and spotted a small safe with a combination lock. I pressed a few random numbers, but the safe wouldn't open. What could the combination be? I thought about the family. I didn't know much about them.
Why would the secret to why they've adopted you be in a safe? It
Then
just feels...
I remembered seeing their passports in the drawers. Maybe their birth years would work. I grabbed the passports and tried the mother's birth
if that's
year.
what it was.
Nothing. The father's birth year? Still nothing. Time was running out, so in desperation, I entered Emma's birth year.
In
Click.
desperation,
The safe opened.
I tried the last option.
My hands trembled as I pulled out the contents. There were
Photos.
2 bank wallets and some jewelry, rings, and necklaces.
Bank
Disappointed,
wallets.
I almost closed the safe when I noticed a photograph at the bottom. I picked it up. The photo showed a baby in the mother's arms. I thought it was Emma at first, but something felt off. The baby wasn't blonde or blue-eyed. She had big brown eyes like mine. I turned the photo over and...
Wait, so it's actually her real parents. So it's not the photosensitivity they wanted. In fact, they probably didn't want her. That's why they got rid of her. But then they're adopting her. Are they getting, like, some grant or something for adopting? Like, where is the money coming from? What is the incentive? Billions as well. Billions.
Rose. The date written on the back was April 23rd, 2009. My birth date. My heart pounded as I stared at the photo. Could this...
It just blew my mind. If someone born in 2009 could be that old.
really be me? I'd never had any baby pictures before, so I didn't even know what I looked like as a baby.
Because the light.
Because
in order to take photos, light has to bounce off your skin.
Small sunburns on the baby's cheeks. It had to be me. But why was my baby photo hidden in their safe?
I don't know. That's what we've all been asking.
But I didn't say a word. I still didn't understand what was going on, and I needed time to figure it out. While I sat thinking, the whole family walked into the room together. Dad was holding a piece of paper and a pen.
So the interesting thing here is that in searching for the old My Story animated formula, we have found it. And now we just have the opposite problem. New My Story animated, it's way too much, way too fast. And now we asked a question in the first 30 seconds of this video, and we have spent the last 7 minutes just stewing on it, being like, oh, maybe we should be trying to figure out the answer to this question. But what is the question? Well, you see, I have photosensitivity. We know! We know! How is anyone getting rich from this?
My dear daughter, he said, smiling warmly, could you please sign this document? I blinked in surprise.
What is
What's this for?
Yeah,
it's
what does it say?
For your new identity card. You'll officially have our surname now. If I hadn't found that photo this morning, I probably would have signed the paper without a second thought, thanking him with tears in my eyes. But now I was suspicious. I took the paper from him and started reading it. His smile faded. You don't need to read it.
Yeah, you don't
have to. Just about the adoption. But I ignored him and read it aloud. I give all my grandfather's money and assets totaling $2 billion to...
$2 billion? Billion? Totaling $2 billion. Okay. It's an inheritance thing. I'm just computing here. What's the photosensitivity got to do with any of this? Is the photosensitivity, does that plot point just exist to serve the idea of why the parents got rid of her? They just couldn't be bothered having a girl with photosensitivity, so that's why. And that's why this is such an important plot point. Because the whole, inheriting your grandfather's inheritance thing could have still been a thing without the photosensitivity issue.
My mom and dad? Since I'm underage, my mom and dad can manage this inheritance for me? I froze, my voice trembling. What does this mean? Reaching into my pocket, I pulled out the photo I'd found earlier. I am the baby in this photo. Who are you? There must be an explanation for all this. They all looked shocked. Mom started crying. Finally told the truth. Maya, you are our real daughter. When we found out about your sun allergy,
we got rid of you.
We thought we couldn't take care of you. We were too young.
We thought, nah.
And ignorant. We wanted to leave you at an orphanage, But I knew my father, your grandfather, would be so furious. So we chose not to know where you ended up. We gave money to a woman who left you at an orphanage,
Oh,
pretending
dang.
to be your mother. Your grandfather never forgave us. He cut us off completely and never spoke to us again. Last month, we found out he had died and left you
And
all
wanted
his
the
inheritance.
cash.
That's
Classic.
when we started looking for you. And
Yep.
finally, we
Weird
found
coincidence
you.
with the timing there.
Please, forgive us. My dear daughter. She reached out to hug me, but
We do
I
love
stepped
you, though.
back. You should be ashamed of yourselves for abandoning me to an orphanage. Dad tried to step in. Sweetie, money isn't important. We want you. You are our daughter.
Oh, okay. So it's chill. If she doesn't sign it, then can continue living here and I won't sign it?
I shot back. Then why didn't you search for me before? I don't forgive you, and I never will. They both started crying, but I wasn't moved. Their tears weren't for me. They were for
It was for the
themselves.
billions.
That was the last time I saw them. They weren't my real family. My real family was the amazing staff at the children's home. The people who had truly cared for me.
So what do you do
I
now?
wouldn't
Do
be
you
able
go
to access my inheritance
back,
until
or-
I turned 18, but I already knew what I was going to do with it. When the time came, I would use the money to build the most luxurious
What about-
orphanage in the country.
In the meantime?
A few days later, I visited my grandfather's grave. I stood there quietly and thanked him, not just for the inheritance, but for remembering me and
where do you
caring
live?
about me in his own way. I promised him that I'd use most of the money for charity.
Where do you live? Where did you live? Just still with the parents? I guess the parents had, at that point, they had adopted. So they're just like, we ended up with the girl and no money. Dang, that was some old school, my story animated vibes. MSA. If I have a PSA for MSA, bring it back. Bring back the simpler times. We have one plot line and one question and 10 minutes. Anyway, that was a little quick one. I hope you guys had fun. I will see you guys in the next one.